This one is a fun one. It has to do with a princess. It has to do with a guy who isn't a prince, and it has to do with a carpet that is magical.
And a magic genie.
And a genie. You
We are
guessed it.
talking about
Aladdin! So today we're going to, I'm Lexi,
And I'm Alexa.
and we're going to give you our take on the movie Aladdin from our own perspective and then from a Christian perspective so that you can kind of know what this movie is all about. So, I will go first. So we watched this movie a few nights ago, and I loved the quality of production. I loved the use of CGI. Like, it wasn't like it was too manufactured. It looked real. What did you think about the quality?
Yes, I thought it was amazing. The music and dancing, the choreography was so great and like so beautifully coordinated. And yeah, and just like the comedy in it too was just placed perfectly.
I agree.
Yeah, and the music was so catchy. It's like they totally took took all the old music that we love and just like really revamped it. And
Yes.
so it was so great.
Yes, and I love the new song Speechless. That was
Oh yes.
such a beautiful song. I think a downside that I would say that I didn't really like was that they used a lot of slow motion, and they used like fast motion, like they would speed it up or they would slow it down, and it feels like kind of like not as much, it doesn't feel as real as like when you're watching a movie and they don't do that. So that would just be my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think that was the same for me. It was like, yeah, it was just sometimes they tried to go a little heavy on the effects just because they had it available.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite song from it?
Speechless.
Speechless. I think Speechless is my favorite too.
Yes.
So good. The score was pretty.
Yes, it
the
was
ending
beautiful.
was good.
And Naomi Scott has such a wonderful voice too.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yeah. I think, okay, let's talk about characters. I think that they casted them really well for Aladdin and Jasmine. Like, they have really good chemistry.
Oh, yes.
I think they both just did great and like fit the character so well. I really liked how they didn't make the Sultan like really comedic, because it's different from the original movie. Like, he's so fun. And then like this is like more of a serious movie.
Yeah, and the last one it was more of a cartoon character.
Yeah.
And this one I feel like it was fully immersed in like a fairy tale.
Yeah.
And like so, yeah, and so it was very like had it more serious.
Yeah.
So it had it more
Yeah.
serious.
What do you think?
Yeah. That was what I thought.
That's what you thought. Yeah.
But yes, yeah, I also think I love the actors and the actor and actress for Aladdin and Jasmine. I think they did a great job.
Yeah.
And their voices were great too. For
Yeah.
The parts.
Yeah.
And personalities were great for the parts.
Agreed. Will Smith was good for the genie too.
Oh
in this
yeah.
movie,
Will Smith brought like a whole new level to the genie.
Yes, yeah, and it was really cool
That was
to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we're going to go to kind of like, well, okay, before we go into a Christian perspective of it, we're gonna go into like what was our biggest takeaway, our biggest like personal takeaway that you got from the movie.
Well, I feel like there is some there were a few like good things and there were some not so good things, like talking about it from like a Christian conservative point of view.
We're gonna go back into a Christian perspective now. This is the time we do it.
Huh?
This is the time we do the Christian perspective. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll just make this our segues. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Go.
Wait, so I'm good?
Yes, we're good to go.
Yeah, looking at it from like a Christian conservative point of view, yeah, there were some good things, and there were some bad things. One of the good themes that I would say is it's kind of about like the song Speechless a little bit, and just like Jasmine's part in it is about like speaking up when like she sees a wrong being done, and she needs to speak up about that, and so it's about like, yeah, the lyrics "I won't stay silent," like it's something she needs to speak up about, and like towards the end, her character development, she like gains the boldness to do so. But then kind of the bad side of that, the bad thing is it kind of like sneaks in some feminist propaganda with that too, because in the end she becomes Sultan, which is kind of an unnecessary, and it kind of is like criminalizes tradition, just the way that they read into that too, because just also part of the lyrics from Speechless, written in stone, every rule, every word, centuries old and unbending. It's just the way they phrase the lyrics kind of criminalizes tradition, and just kind of sneaks some feminist propaganda in there. When she becomes Sultan, which is kind of unnecessary for the storyline.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they didn't do that in the original Aladdin, so it's like, I mean, at least I think they didn't. But yeah, I agree. Like, yeah. I will add on to that and say that, I think of that, yes, this movie being, when it was made, I feel like, yes, that they were trying to a little bit, but if you choose to, like there's that little bit in there, but you can also take Jasmine and you can take a song and you can kind of use it as a way of, like, it just kind of reminded me of Esther in a way where Esther, she knew it was like her time to, she had to speak up. And so I think we can take it and we can learn, we can remember that there is a time to speak and a time to stay silent. There's always a time and place for everything. And just whenever we are speaking up, I think of the verse of, like, be slow to listen, quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to be angry. Like, sometimes we get so, like, we're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna not go speechless, and then sometimes we act out and it's very all of a sudden, like, we just we go for it and we don't really think through what we're saying. So I think we need to have that gentle, quiet spirit still, but have a meekness, a gentle strength to us as women. But anyways, there are some other good things about this movie that I would like to bring up. One thing that really stuck out to me from just a good perspective, Christian perspective, worldview, is that when you take the character of Aladdin and how he the genie was telling Aladdin that you want to that people who usually is it when they change themselves or when they start to become someone else, they actually have less when they start to be something that they're not. Because when you are pretending to be something you're not, you're actually gaining less. At least I think that's what the genie said, or that might have been in my brain. But honestly, Aladdin was trying to pretend to be something he was not, because he thought that would be how he'd get Jasmine. And so that is so real, because sometimes we think that we have to change ourselves because that certain person is gonna like us if we're this way. But really, Jasmine liked Aladdin in the beginning, and it's that's why it's just stay true to who you are and don't change yourself just because you think someone else. Because in the end, Aladdin, the truth came out. The truth always comes out. You can't hide for long. Eventually people will find out who you really are. And the genie also said, it's about Aladdin, he became Prince Ali, but he was still Aladdin. Being a fake prince did not even change who he was on the inside.
Yeah, it also just what ties into that, it also the importance of honesty in relationships is kind of another theme there. Because he had to lie to Jasmine to pretend to be someone he was not in order to in order for him to be able to marry her, when that really hurt it hurt their relationship, and trying to pretend he was someone who wasn't, and I talked to her about that.
Yeah. One final thought for me, and then you can think of the final, is that, or one final thing is that in the end, when Aladdin, okay, this is spoiler alerts if you've never seen the movie, maybe, skip this part. In the end, Aladdin sets the genie, he has a choice with his third wish, and he can either choose to become, become a prince, change the law, remove the law completely about being a prince, marrying a prince, or her marrying a prince, or he could choose to set the genie free, and the genie thinks he's gonna choose to erase this law so he can marry Jasmine, but it's in the end, Aladdin does a selfless thing and chooses to set the genie free. And it kind of reminds me of the verse of that greater love has no one but to lay down your life for your friends, and it's he laid down that for the genie to be free, and I think that's one of the best parts of the movie.
Yes, I would definitely agree. And you know, my concluding thoughts is I think that just that there is despite this being Hollywood, and despite there is some feminist propaganda, overall there are a lot of like good Christian themes in the movie.
Yeah.
So
I
yeah,
agree.
that's my final thoughts
Yeah.
on that.
Awesome. I'm gonna rate it right now on a scale of 10. I'm gonna rate it as a movie in general. I'm going to rate it a 9, and like just, and the one, like it would be 10 if there wasn't as much, like she said, feminist propaganda, and also like there is a little bit of magic in it, but the like sorcery in it at the end, but that is because like this is like I think it's
so
a
it was
sensible
depicted as
movie,
an evil
right?
thing,
That's what I'm saying,
so.
is that like it was an evil, like, so in the end good triumphed over evil.
Mhm.
So like that's where it's like, okay, like, you know, this isn't a movie where sorcery is being promoted as good, you know. So yeah, anyways though, a 9 is a really good rating for me.
Yeah, I would say probably with so if we talk about cinematography, I would say probably a 9. And then if we talked about like philosophy and themes, I'd probably say a 7, which like a 7 for like all the good things, and then probably like -3 from the kind of like anti-tradition feminist propaganda in there. But still, 7 is a pretty good. I feel like that's pretty good. Like more so of like Christian worldview approved themes in there than not. So yeah, I think 9 for cinematography, 7 for themes and philosophy.
Sweet.
In the movie, yes.
Awesome. Alrighty.
Yes.
Well,
This has been movie.
It's
we don't have a name for it.
Well, I was thinking, let's go to the movies with Alexa and Lexi. Lex, like Lex, because that's in both of our names.
Oh yes.
Anyways, so we will be doing another movie review probably sometime next month.
Yes.
And
Over
so,
Zoom.
if there are some movies you want us to kind of review and like watch, list them in the comments. Yeah. Alrighty, signing out.
Let's
Go write your story and give it for God's glory. Don't just consume media, create. Bye.
Let's go to the movies.